And go.
Hello and welcome to the COVID 119 podcast. My name is Elvis, and joining me on the ones and zeros, Michael.
Evening.
VP Crow, the big man.
No.
And coming to us live via the interwebs, we've got Dilsey.
Dilsey.
Yeah. It's funny, we are recording on Tuesday night. The game was obviously, we're talking 5 days ago now?
It actually feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Oh, it seems so long. I don't know that I'm still feeling that much better about what happened, boys. But anyway, before we jump into that, we are coming to you live as usual from the Fulham bunker.
Yes, we are.
And
Bunker's gone.
Michael, this is the one?
Oh, you do it, because I don't care.
Honestly, this is the one where I'm hopeful, Dylan, that we had the loss that we needed.
This is the one where the lid is officially back on until we get a result against Hawthorn. And maybe, hopefully, we get to blow it back off next week rather than sitting here speaking about a straight set exit.
Yeah.
There's no podcast next week if we lose. Just so you know. So there's a good chance it's the last one, people.
No. We always do our grand final pod anyway, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right. So, boys, if Mr. Cilento is listening, he gave me a shout out the other night. And I think it was Friday night, and he just said did a bit of a an "Are you okay?" type check in, and he said, "So your thoughts, JT?" So I just unleashed with this great big novel at about 11:30 at night, and so that's my notes. That's my points from the game tonight. So we'll do our best to be upbeat, but it was very clear, obviously, that we got found out on Thursday night.
Yeah.
And for me, and we talked about this, how finals football steps up.
Yep.
It goes up at least one or two notches. And unfortunately for us, we stagnated. And when Tex and Pedler are arguably your two best players on the night, there clearly something is not right, and you're not going to win too many games. Now, I'm not knocking Pedler or Tex. Pedler had a really good night, kicking 3 goals, 1, and we can talk chocolate bets in a minute, Deal. We nearly jagged that one completely out your ass. But Tex had his couple goals. I think he had 2 goals, 3 in the end, but so not an outstanding night. But when they're the two mainstays that we're going to talk about tonight, you just can't do that in a finals game.
No.
And sadly,
passengers galore.
Yeah.
Players riding on the back. And I think the most disappointing thing is all the big fellas would, remove Tex, as we've spoken about. We're all missing.
Yeah.
And there were glimpses of, there it is, we're on out, we're going to turn this around, then straight back down the throat again. It's just one of those games that you sit there and watch, and you're so hopeful that at some point we're actually going to switch on and turn things around, but in the back of your mind, you actually know it's just never actually going to happen.
No. And look, I think when we ran through the lines the other night, looking at the Collingwood team versus the Crows team, and I mentioned on the night how I'm pretty confident in our forward line and our defense, and our midfield is our weakest link. But holy shit, it was never more clear on Thursday night that we seriously have one A grader in Dawson, who, to be fair, was well held. Like, he didn't have a normal Dawson night, and I think he copped a bit of a niggle at some point, and he's apparently fine this week, so it's all good. But he had a down night. But we have one A grader and a whole bunch of B graders at best at the moment. And while I get, and I love Peatling, and he's done an amazing job this year, and he had a terrible night.
Yeah.
We've been talking about Saligo and his roller coaster where he's had more lows than highs this year. He didn't show up. Sam Berry started, looked promising. Then he disappeared.
He disappeared, completely disappeared.
And when you looked, I think that the top possession getters for the game, it was something like the Dacos boys, Dugoe and Scott Pendlebury. Like, holy shit! If that's clearly we've been smashed in the midfield, and we need to sort that somehow, because we were talking about Wayne Miller, and if by some chance he wanted to come to us, holy shit, we would be an exciting team. We'd be a real force to reckon with. But unfortunately, we need to get that second A grader from somewhere, because I don't believe that A grader is in our squad at the moment.
We're clearly short an A grader. That's now evident playing finals football. I think clearly the elephant in the room is Rash and Rankin are missing. Have they been fit at full tilt and both selectable? We were just one, maybe two guys short, rotating through when things were tough and we needed something. One of those two may have provided that. But so I think I'm digesting it. I don't feel as doom and gloom or as angry as I did on Thursday night. I was pretty fucking ropeable, let's be honest. You just feel probably let down and hurt by it all. But it's definitely evident there's two things. So number one, we miss Rash and Rankin. That's evident. We needed a spark. We needed something, and you can throw those two through the midfield and they'll give you something. And then the other one is it sticks out like dog's balls, right? We are definitely short an A grade midfielder, and they're going to need to fix that sooner rather than later.
Yes, indeed, because obviously I think Draper has that potential to hopefully fill that void, and I'm hoping Daniel Curtin potentially as well, but they're still learning their craft. They're young. It would be amazing to just slot the names we've been throwing out, a McCluggage or an LDU or that Wanganeen Miller, just slot him straight into the midfield, and suddenly we're a serious force. And I think too, I think what hurt so much on the night is the fact that we showed Collingwood no respect.
Yeah.
And we didn't do the simple things. We didn't play the fundamentals. And by that, I mean, we never manned up. And I know Collingwood plays a certain way, but with the ball turned over, they had 3 spare that they could go off, and they were off.
And it's happened so many times this year where we lose the inside battle, but that turns into a complete outside obliteration. And I hate sitting in the bleachers, but that's unfortunately where I sat, and it was so evident that we just got pounded on the outside and we had no answer for it.
And we didn't show the respect by getting anyone front and centre.
Yeah.
Like, this is a clear fundamental of the game where I'm sure you're talking to your under-8s about being front and centre. We didn't do that all night. Yep. And because we didn't, still side bottom kicks 3 goals. 3 goals. How do you not man up on still side bottom at a freaking stoppage?
Yeah.
So it's things like that we did poorly all night. And I'm gonna jump straight in on Filthy. Now, I love the big man, and I'm not gonna rain on his parade too hard because this is like a blip on the radar. But holy shit, he cost us on the night.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm calling it his decision when he took that mark, I think, at half back, and then it's the game slowed up, and he's gone sideways and kicked a cross goal, and the ball was intercepted. Now, we were just starting to make our way back with that from that moment. And then Collingwood had just gone, fucking bang. And it was good night. And then we were chasing our tails all night. And then obviously he had that moment in the last quarter where he was sort of, he had that split second of he second guessed himself because he made that quick look towards goals. And obviously Benny Keys would be screaming his ass off for the ball. And instead of just backing himself and just kicking a forward tumble straight through, goal. His hand passed over the top. His hand passes missed the mark, and Benny Keys isn't able to capitalise on that advantage.
This isn't round 14. This isn't round 15. It's not as sure as hell round 16. It's a lot fast paced. It's gone up 2 notches. Kick the goal, son. It's simple, but it's just. I think that's what I know. We didn't get to sit together, but I remember when he did that. I threw my head into my hand, and I remember screeching out. It's typical of the effing night so far. Just stupid effing decisions. Just stupidity. We did it all night. We were just rattled from the word go. It's a hard one too because you watch the rest of the weekend play out, and I was cheering so hard for the Giants to come here, and now we're staring down the barrel of Hawthorn. And and I'm reading some articles. They've learned quickly is the word where, they know now what finals football's about. I bloody hope you do.
Yeah.
I bloody hope you do because I actually think Hawthorn will do more damage than what Collingwood did.
And I think in reality, we're a bit flattered by the end score in the end. Albeit that we actually had the handy point in that last quarter. We just couldn't kick a goal, right?
Yeah.
And it was the shortest last quarter in history, BP, where I think I checked the clock at the 22-minute mark and there was literally 3 minutes to go. And I'm like, oh, shit, this game is over. Because for whatever reason, we just could not get a goal because we sat at that 2-5 for so long. We had the handy point, but we just couldn't capitalise. But in reality, I think we're lucky not to be probably 10 goals down at a certain point.
There's no arguments there. I mean, look, both sides had their moments with misses. I mean, Tex missed one blatantly, probably 15 metres out that he would have gobbled. So I think both sides have had those opportunities. However, Collingwood had a shitload more shots than we did. I think 9 or 10 by the end.
Yeah.
I think glaringly too, I haven't put too much thought process into it. Riley O'Brien's a huge issue.
You know what though? He played a lot better than what he did the last time he played Collingwood.
Still not good enough though.
Well,
and I've never listened to the hype surrounding it. I don't know. I don't know. I really hope he has a massive game on Friday night because we need him. But G. Cameron sliced him up again.
What was he thinking about the header?
Yeah.
What was going through his head? He headed it to 3 Collingwood players.
Yeah. Just
nothing, man. Like I saw the writing on the wall, and then I had flashbacks, and I just shut down.
I got plenty. Now I'm calling some people out. Keys, Peatling, Taylor, Hinge, Berry, Cumming, just to name 6. Just to name 6. All did completely sweet FA.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking Cumming and Keys now, and to be fair, Hinge, all pretty experienced players. Did nothing. And obviously Hinge got subbed on the night, and I know there's a few people calling for his name, and I don't know that's the answer, to be honest.
I don't think it is at this point in time. It's not the answer now.
No.
It's too late. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't think there's no one to replace him. I think he just needs to find. I don't know if it's when he got his head knocked. I don't know if he's quite been right since then either. He hasn't been. Yep. He's also possibly playing a different role now with Miller back in the team and all that. So because he's not that same big tool, taking grabs across halfback, running up through the wing and stuff. It's a different role he's playing this year. But our kicking was constantly rushed and it lacked vision and poise.
Yeah.
We were not prepared to bend down and pick up the ball.
Nah.
Rather, we just kept letting them just tapping away to their
I remember
advantage.
saying that all night. Just head down. Just for Christ's sake. Just, run through them. Just do something. Just get tough. Get hard. Want the bloody football. This is finals atmosphere football. You've got to want the bloody thing.
Yeah. And I was thinking of doing one of those, I've got something to say, because the reality is now with how the game is adjudicated is that the players don't want to pick up the ball because they know if they pick it up, they'll be tackled immediately and then it'll be holding the ball, which is ridiculous because we don't reward the player going for the ball anymore. We reward the tackler who doesn't want to go for the ball, but just lays a tackle. And there's players like the Dacosses of the world who are actually brilliant at it where they pretend to pick it up to get the free kick for the holding the man.
Yeah.
And so all night, rather than going in, just picking up and trying to get out the hand pass to a running player, everyone's too scared to pick it up.
Yeah.
And Collingwood were just supreme at tapping it out to their advantage constantly. And they made us look pathetic at times, in my opinion.
Amateur.
Yeah, amateur, even better. Because honestly, and this is why I'm hoping this is the loss that we needed to have. And it is very clear we have a very inexperienced finals team. And what's his name? Darcy Moore. Jesus Christ. I'll get to him in a second.
He's wearing a headband.
How many fucking times can you kick it to the same player? But like he said, I'm not using the right word now. He's like, tick us off at your peril. Like we know what to do come finals time, and they showed us exactly. Write us off at your peril.
There's a key thing. Moore, Sicily, Stewart,
Aliria.
There's a key performer, like a key indicator of what to do against the Crowies.
Yep.
And that's it. It hasn't changed for 4 years.
It is a coaching move.
And
you can't allow those sorts of players to roam around and do what they want because they will tear you a new one.
Mate,
Yep.
Put someone on him.
And you know what's funny about Darcy Moore? He's
Michael.
been in terrible form. We just played him into form.
Correct.
We've done everyone else.
He's had the worst season. And it's funny because I
Yeah.
turned to Machine a few times during the night and it's went, typical of us to play Darcy Moore into form. Look at this.
Yeah.
We can't stop finding him. He played the best game he's played in probably 2 years against us.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I know like Fogarty, and I know you're not his biggest fan at times, Dylan, and Fogarty copped a fair bit of stick on the night. And you know what? He didn't have a great night.
And he bloody should have too, Jared.
He should have. But bloody hell, look how the ball was coming in.
Oh, terrible.
I know
Look
that,
how the
but
ball was coming in.
He works up the ground a lot too, and he just makes mistake after mistake. It's like, for buck's sake, if we're relying on him, Tex, forget about it. He's not the right fucking. I'm telling you right now, he's not the right person. He's had nowhere near the season that he should have had. And the other one, just as bad as him, is Mark Keane. He was disgusting. He was disgusting all night. I called his name out 4 or 5 times for stupid shit that he did too.
Yeah, just an interesting one. He got lucky because my check didn't hurt us.
Basics. Just time and time again, he fucking double fists the ball. Mark the fucking thing. For Christ's sake, like, you're a bloody defender as well. Take the grab, mate. Right? Honestly, he drives me up the wall. He does some good things. I'm not going to say that he doesn't. But him and Fogarty, you watch the replay again if you can. Disgusting performances. Just not up to AFL standard.
Yeah, I'm not watching the replay again. I'm
just saying they're just not up to AFL standard right now.
Mm. So I guess we're hoping that it is a bit of a blip on the radar because we do have a tough task ahead of us. I
actually think this is a lot tougher than Collingwood.
Well, it's possible.
I think Collingwood have been kissed on the proverbial by us.
Yeah.
And I didn't rate them going into the game. I just didn't. And they've made us look absolute second rate.
Yeah.
And they have no right being in the prelim right now. It's unfortunate. It's on us, but I'll roll in Friday, ready to go, bouncing about, off we go again on the journey. But I have grave fears for this Friday. We have a mammoth hill to climb in Hawthorn, and it's going to be coming at all angles.
Yeah. And I think you're right, because our best chance of getting to that grand final was a home final.
Yeah.
And we burnt that. But what I would say is we, as a crowd, did our part.
Absolutely, we did our part. Absolutely.
We were mean and we were hostile, and we never let the Pies supporters once get their Collingwood chant going. Whenever they started
we booed it.
We booed over the top of it every single time. What?
In that second half, there was definitely more Collingwood people there.
Yeah, but when they kick 7 in a row, it's hard to block.
But Collingwood were good. I can't believe how many there were there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, of course,
and it'll be the same this Friday as well.
Michael, the number of people at that game, to be honest, I think the Adelaide Collingwood supporters could probably feel Adelaide Oval.
Mm.
Like they had, and you know what pissed me off the most, Dylan? It was our Bay. Just quietly.
Yeah, that's what I said to you at the start. I think I messaged you, didn't I? I said that. I said all Collingwood supporters in our Bay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
I'll say, in terms of the booing and stuff, though, I do want to address this because I remember the night too when it was the warm up and I was at Quaynor, came up on the big screen, and then the crowd booed. I looked at Machine and I went, "Oh shit,
here we go.
We're going to boo Quaynor all night, aren't we?"
Yeah. It was just terrible.
And I get why people might have been pissed off, and it's just a bad look. It's just a bad look. And you know what, Dan Houston, that flog. I booed him all night. He's a dickhead. He's a ex-Port flog, and nearly tried to murder Rankin, and he's a piece of shit. But I did not buy into the boos on Quaynor whatsoever.
It was very
It's average. It's above average, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I want to say on that, because I was going to say I didn't join in. I don't condone that at all. Because you probably need to applaud the people that do stand up and say that's wrong. So, you know, and I know this is probably, I know from people's opinions, they'll differ because I've read lots of different people's opinions about it and go, you can boo who you want and that sort of stuff. And yeah, I get all that as well. It's just,
Yeah, but
I don't know.
We're living in a world where the social media and media can dictate and control, right?
100%.
They got what they wanted. They beat it up all week on the lead up about it being hostile. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. They got exactly what they wanted, and then they create the backlash after that. So it is what it is.
It's all about the clicks.
Hey?
It's all about the clicks, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. So people sit there all week reading into it, buying into it, playing into it. What did you think was going to happen on Thursday night?
Yeah.
People were going to go to town on Isaac Quaynor. It was going to always happen.
And like, I'm pretty sure I'm not speaking for myself when I say that Adelaide Crows fans are a bit sick of all the bullshit that we cop all the time. Yep. We're always the scapegoats for everything. We always cop the abuse and the big fines. And so it is, I guess, it did piss people off with the way that it was handled. And we talked about it last week about how the treatment of Isaac Rankin himself. He's not the victim in this, but Jesus Christ, he has been treated like he is the current most violent serial killer in all of Adelaide.
Yeah,
and
correct.
It's pretty disgusting how he's been treated. And, you know, the expectations about how he needs to come out to the media and do all these things. It's like, well, did the other guys need to do that? Or were they allowed to get on with their lives and do a bit of education and sort of better themselves as a human? Because at the end of the day, we're all human and we all make dumb errors. And I guess the bit of parenting advice I try and give all my kids that I work with, and my own included, is that you learn from other big people's mistakes. Make plenty of your own mistakes, but learn from others' big ones. This is one of those big ones, you know. So hopefully you'll learn. But Jesus Christ, I can see why LA Crows fans are as hostile as we are and how pissed off we are, because there's certain things too, and I'm throwing Geelong Football Club under the bus. How they are a very successful club. But the investigation behind them and how there's not any shonky shit going on, or, you know, however you want to call it, you know, and then you take it back to Adelaide with the Tippett stuff. And then what happened to us? You know, and it's like the sprigs about getting, warned about having the wrong sprigs. And I think it was Collingwood that was the ones that were wrong. So then the very next club who did the wrong thing was us. Well, $10,000 fines, boys. You know, it's just, it's constantly we're the ones that are copping the beatdowns. And we've been so unsuccessful for the best part of a decade that it's finally here. And right on the eve of our finals, we have to deal with this shit. Rather than celebrating the fact we've had an amazing season and we're coming in with a full head of steam into finals, we are dragging our feet because we're so freaking beat down. And then this is what we dish up. It's gutting.
There's still two things for mine.
Yeah.
Home final. A home final is just that. We earned the right. It's our home final. How is it that we have an Adelaide Bay, two Collingwood Bays, an Adelaide Bay, two Collingwood Bays? Those Collingwood supporters should be sitting up the top.
Yep.
They shouldn't be allowed to almost make it when they get on a run and they all get up in their bays. They're now dictating, controlling the noise at ground level. It's no longer a home final. So while I'm okay with the amount of Collingwood supporters that are joining us at the game, no issues. But when the top of the rafters is packed with Crow supporters only, and the Collingwood supporters are all in Category 1, absolute rubbish.
Yeah.
It no longer creates a home atmosphere. They should be up in the top of the bleachers where they belong. Couldn't give a shit what anyone thinks about it. I just don't understand how it creates a home ground advantage. It's no longer an advantage when they have the base set up like that. By all means, join us at the game. Sit up in the top. That's where you belong. The other thing that shits me is, yes, we're loud, we boo, we do it, but the Crows fans at certain points don't do enough to get behind the team.
Yeah.
There's no Adelaide chance. There's no anything. It just dies out really quickly, and everyone just sits on their hands again.
Yeah.
We're not doing enough.
Yep, I reckon that's pretty fair because many times, Dill, we've had a chat about trying to get some singing and trying to rev up, and every time I bring up, you go, "Don't do it, bro."
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I kept
things, and because I was thinking about the guys, man, and they would just sing. Go for it.
Yeah, sorry, you guys are just coming on me a little bit. I'm trying not to jump in. It just shits me because there were parts of the game where Sam, Leo, and Nicholas were trying to lead an Adelaide chant after we'd kicked the goal, and it's like, good on you boys, because they're the only ones doing it. And and at the soccer, you see it with Adelaide United. Someone has a megaphone, and while I wouldn't want to sit on a megaphone the whole game, but it'd be nice if I could walk in with one and just start and then dial the megaphone out once the crowd, but we need something because at the moment we just don't have it. There's not enough support for the boys when we're on a run. There just isn't.
Yeah. So looking at some of the stats on the night, he ended up with a couple goals. One was handed to him. Did you boys see the I only saw it on replay, but Mason Cox nearly flattened Quaynor?
No, I missed that.
Oh, no, so he's taken. I think he took a mark, and I don't know if he thought someone's behind him. That was nearly. Guys have got to look this up. It's the funniest thing ever.
It's a pass.
Seriously, he's taken a mark or something, and he has just blindly swung his hand. And it's lucky the dude is 8 foot tall. He has just swung his arm full behind him, straight over the top of Isaac Quaynor's head, pretty much. Like, honestly, if he'd clocked him, he would have knocked him out. And it's the weirdest thing ever. It's the most weirdest thing ever. But we had, so Filthy. He's copped a bit of shit on the night too, so I'm curious to know if you saw it. But they're asking you, he's got a bit of heat about sort of maybe ducking the head or something. Has he? Did you boys see any part where Filthy has not gone in very hard?
No, not the same.
Because I didn't notice it on the night either, but there's been a fair bit made about it. Now, just having some
keep talking
issues. I was trying to get Dylan back into the group chat.
Keep going.
Well, I guess the other thing we noticed too. You back, Dylan?
Yep, back.
Okay. So I was just saying did you see anything about Riley Filthorpe perhaps ducking the head a bit or going in a little bit?
I think I remember seeing something about a day or a half after there were a couple of contests where he was questioned for, showing some kind of weakness. Although I think he was on the outside of the contest. It didn't look like he was on the inside, but I was so angry I didn't bother even opening it up or looking into it.
Well, and that's the thing, because I've kind of shut down since Thursday night. And because this is the best part. So thank you, Mr. L. On Friday morning, we don't have a bell for a school. We have songs play.
Yep.
And so Craig set it up for the Collingwood song to come on for the morning bell. And so the bell's gone, and you just see this migration of teachers to his classroom. And I've just gone the double bird. I've gone the full Bailey Smith, $10,000 fine. Thanks for coming. I'm like, Jesus Christ, mate. And it's funny, he checked in with me all day that day. He goes, I feel like you're going to do something. I'm like, no, mate, it's fine. It's fine.
But you're dead to me.
The thing is that one of the interesting things too, I guess, because you sort of nailed it, Dill. And Michael, when we were talking a couple of weeks ago about Isaac Rankin, I said we could replace his goals, but you can't replace his X factor. And that is something we definitely missed on the night because we chucked in a Rory Laird into the midfield.
You're going to look up in a minute.
Yeah, okay. He chucked in a Rory Laird into the midfield in that last quarter. Right, okay. I can see what they're talking about. And I mean, Roy Laird had probably a decent night, to be fair.
Should be in the midfield though.
But no, he's not. And that's the other issue we've got. So if we're looking for a bit of what's the word? Like a bit of a fight in our midfield, we went with Rory Laird as the answer. That can't be. That's all we've got up our sleeves. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So you can see here about Phil Thorpe calling out for flinching. I can see what they're talking about there.
It's nothing compared to Rush's. I mean, like they're just trying to. Again, it's media just finding something to drum on about. It's nothing.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else about the Collingwood game, boys?
No, just move on for mine.
Yeah.
The weekend is. I actually thought it was hard to get a winner on the weekend. I got 0 out of 4. Everyone.
Jeez, I think
I got one.
I took Geelong.
I got Gold Coast.
Gold Coast. Yeah.
Fuck you, lads. Did I not call it?
Yeah. Well, let's have a chat about the games.
Hang on, no. I've got one moment. I'm out from that. Fuck you, Freo. You shut the bed. Absolutely shut the bed. You did the Crowies.
Now, on Friday night, I was out at dinner because, I mean, who
didn't watch one bit of it?
Who bloody organises a dinner on a Friday night when this final's on? But anyway, so I missed kind of most of the Brisbane-Geelong game, but I don't think I missed too much, to be honest.
You missed nothing. It was worse than the Adelaide Collingwood game.
But I watched both games on the Saturday and make 2 fantastic games of footy. So in each occasion you had the home team allowing the away team to sort of get 4 to 6 goals ahead. They fight back into the last quarter either to draw or take the lead, and then they both get done in the end. So I thought it was a good fight back from the Giants, and I was thinking, oh shit, maybe because they looked out of it for quarters.
For the whole game, yeah.
And then all of a sudden they got this run on. You're like, holy shit, Giants are going to win this. And then they just got ahead, and then they allowed Hawthorn to take it back. It's almost like
they missed a couple of golden opportunities to actually stretch it.
What's his name? Toby Green.
Yeah.
Bad miss from Toby.
That would have put it up like that goal and a bit difference.
Yeah. Yeah, they had their chance to really to solidify what they were doing, and then it went down the other end, and it just takes the wind out the sails.
Hawthorn did look buggered at the end, though.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
They looked buggered.
Yep, they looked
so
spent.
I'm not sure if it was a warmed game or something. No. But I did notice that. They look buggered.
Yeah. And you know what? We're gonna take that mentality into Friday night because they have had 2 days less rest now than us.
Yeah, absolutely. And not to mention, I'm pretty topsy-turvy to game in the end, and I think that might have taken a little bit out of them. I mean, while you can't bank on that, I definitely think it would have. No. Whereas they're coming up against a Crow side that we expect a reaction, and especially in that first quarter.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If we come out against them like we did last time, I'll be furious. I'll be absolutely furious. Now, the other great game ended up being the Freo versus the Gold Coast Suns there, Michael. And it's funny because, I mean, man, geez, the Suns were sort of up and about, and then Freo had this amazing comeback to almost steal it, and then they had that last moment with that interesting free kick awarded to David Swallow, and he goes back, probably the best moment of his career as a Gold Coast Sun. Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
Slots the goal, which was ended up being touched. And it's funny because it was
a perfect result.
It was a perfect result for Gold Coast because there was 9 seconds left on the clock. And I'm there going, is it touched? I'm going, it is touched. And actually, they've won the game because it is touched. Because if that ball goes back to the middle, it was better that it was a goal and the ball goes back to the middle and they have an opportunity to get the tap, get a kick in the forward and get a mark.
I'm pretty sure the Freo player called it too.
Wow, you just keep your mouth shut, don't you?
Because remember, you know who said it was Leo. Leo said, wow, Daddy should have shut up. The ball's going back to the middle. Even an 8-year-old kid knows that.
That's insane, man.
You said that Freo come back. But the whole time I was watching, I didn't actually think Freo ever really took control. They got in front.
No, I disagree. I disagree. Freo looked really good there for that.
They did, but I
must admit,
I gave up control. I thought Gold Coast
pretty
controlled
hard
the whole game.
Gold Coast looked like they were dead in the water. There was no two ways about that. It looked like they were about to be steamrolled by 3 or 4. There was some remarkable games of footy.
Opinion.
Yeah.
Well, like Tex says, that's what It's a good thing about opinions, mate.
You know what gives me a little bit of solace to our result was I actually thought Brisbane was the worst looking team in the round.
Yeah.
They were bum average.
So we've got I really don't want to see a Collingwood Geelong grand final. Like,
it will. It's what it's going to be.
Because Brisbane have lost Lockie Neal now for the rest of the year.
He's gone.
He's out 4 to 6, so he's done.
That was obvious the minute he pinged it.
Oh, so he's done. He's done the old man injury. So it's going to be Brisbane. A sort of again like Brisbane are pretty amazing to get where they land. To be honest, with the season they've had with injuries and whatnot. But now Gold Coast have got a really good opportunity here to knock off Big Brother and get to their first prelim. And I tell you what, it'd be a real dimmer thing to do, wouldn't it? Like seriously, it's written on the wall, isn't it? The writing's on the wall.
I'm pretty sure if they manage to beat Brisbane, everyone's going to become a Gold Coast supporter in the league that week, surely.
Yes, yes, we are.
But I'm so glad those 2 Gold Coast members will get to go to a prelim.
I just love the fact that I reckon VP Sharpie both Gold Coast and Collingwood, and they might play in a prelim, bud.
And I did, and I'm.
It's just you just got the Sharpie wrong. Like you've actually nailed it perfectly.
It wasn't a good Sharpie this year.
No,
I put all my effort into my socials.
You did. Your socials have been amazing. I'm honest. All right, so boys, we got the Hawks this week, and Rochelle is back.
Yep.
Will he play?
I think he has to.
Yes, he has to.
Taking everything out, like they missed a small forward.
Yep. We missed someone with a bit of...
That was evident within 10 minutes.
Yeah. Because the sad thing is too, Lukey Pedler didn't train today because he's crook.
Well, apparently they were all crook last week. If you go to I'm just saying it was on the news.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit now. It makes you angry.
The whole thing makes me angry.
I'm not interested. We're all sick. Rack off. I don't give a shit if you're sick. We've been
Don't
waiting
worry,
8
mate.
years.
Peds will be there. He'll be doing everything he can to dig us out of the hole we're in. Good old Peds.
Yeah.
Right, someone made a comment about Pedler in the riverbank, just behind me to my left-hand side.
Oh, yeah.
And I turned around to see who it was, but I couldn't see him. But the rest of the night, I'm like, yeah, every time. Heads! I love when someone just makes that early call, and then he just goes and shits all over it.
Because that goal at our end, at the riverbank end, was it sort of late in the third?
Yeah.
Beautiful kick of the footing.
Yeah.
And it was a good mark on the lead, and just he was our best forward on the night.
Absolutely. And, yeah. They paid him no respect.
If only Tex was able to slot that one from about 40 straight in front, and then obviously he had that mark late, sort of, what didn't seem like late in the last quarter, but clearly it was late in terms of time. And he didn't quite take his time, and he's gone the sort of the snap around the body from about 45 on the boundary, and he missed. We just needed a couple more things to go away, because as poorly as we played, we were still in it up to our eyeballs with 5 minutes to play.
Yeah.
So that is one of the positives I'm taking from it.
I think the positive to take from it in general is we were shit and we lost by 4 goals, which is nothing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And that 4th goal came at the death of the game.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. Well, did we have an immunity medal this week?
No. Well, I forgot to post.
You forgot to post?
Yeah. You know what? I refused to vote this week because I was that angry. I didn't want to give anyone any votes.
Yeah. Well,
Is that what you've done all season, man?
I'm pretty sure Machito asked if.
Shut up, Michael.
He said, "Can I give 3 votes to Darcy Moore?" And I said, "Well, no, Father, that's not really how it works, but I understand your point."
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've got a very small Twitterverse tonight.
Just for the record, I forgot to vote all year. I chose not to vote this week.
Yeah, there's a Kramer quote if I've never heard one, mate. All right. So here we go. I've got a very small Twitterverse tonight because I couldn't be asked and I was depressed and I went through Twitter and it wasn't really fun. And so I grabbed a handful. So I'm not even having a Krober listener of the week this week. I don't know. You guys can pick if you like any one of these tweets because
Deal, it's you.
All right. 4 goals flattered us. Sensu Bean, Reese's back. We played an immature, nervous game and couldn't handle the pressure of a finals game. It's the reality of a mostly young, inexperienced group of players against a hardened team. There was nothing particularly surprising about the result in the end. 4 goals was flattering. So I think this small selection of tweets I've got this week are people that have got their heads screwed on right. There's no over the top crap. I think everyone was relatively level headed about, what happened. I don't know. Who are we missing? I think this is Bozza, Adelaide Ute. Said it 2 weeks ago, we can't win it without Rochelle and Rankin, full stop. Those midfield bursts and freak goals don't come from anyone else. Also, one short in the mid still, which has been obvious for 2 months. Prob's the worst mids and team in it tonight too, in my opinion. As Sam Crow's replied to that, going, correct, we need Draper to be 2 years down the track, because that's the reality is he potentially could become an A grader, but he has got some years ahead of him before we even think that. I'm still hopeful that he'll have a bit of a breakout second season like Daniel Curtin next year. Another preseason with some more miles in the legs and another year in the gym, getting stronger. I think he'll be great. All right, glass half full. Steve Waite. After a little time to cool off, I've come to the conclusion that losing this game wasn't the worst thing to happen. We need to be playing.
What is the worst thing to happen?
Well, enlighten me.
We need to be playing in as many finals as we can. I don't think an inexperienced finals team can win it playing 3 games in 5 weeks. He did say, well, I'm calling it, that is pretty glass half full. I guess there might be one person who's a bit more up and about this week, and that could be young Isaac Rankin. Don't worry, boys, you've got this. Let's get it done.
Shut up, Isaac.
Gaping hole.
Yeah, if anything, Isaac might want to just keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, correct. This is from Matt Turner, 1986. Adelaide has waited 8 years to be on the September. I'm going to start this one again. Adelaide has waited 8 years to be on the September stage, but for all of its wins in big games this season, nothing compares to finals. The gap in finals experience between the sides showed on a night where Collingwood was more composed. And there's a picture of Saligo looks like he's in tears.
That's a good tweet.
On to next week. Yeah, it is a good tweet.
I think Yeah,
you like that one?
I do like that one.
All right.
I haven't liked much this week.
Alberton, Giant Crow. Yeah, there wasn't too much like, was there? Look like what we are, a team with no finals experience. Rushed, silly mistakes, blokes burning blokes. Pressure does funny things. On to next week. Godra replies with a couldn't agree more. It's that simple. And it really is that simple, isn't it? At the end of the day. No X factor. Now, I can't remember who's tweeted this out, but someone's put it, it's Fox Sports. And it's David King. So good old Kingy. He hasn't got an opinion. They had no answers to throw into the middle to get a wild card, is what he said. Now, Boz has responded with that with 2 of the most important players, not even the fact that they get 20 plus each and 2 goals each. It's just the way they create them out of nothing, and you need that in a final. So it's quite clear that obviously we're talking about the R&R team there and Rash and Rankin, and they do that. Like they are able to create things. They have those special moments. I think it's probably, I wouldn't necessarily say Rash is a 20 plus type player. He's probably more around the 12 to 15 type player, but certainly the 2 plus goals is fairly accurate this year. And the boys, they do create things at times where you sort of just look in a bit of amazement and go, how the hell did they jag that out their ass, And I still come back to what should be goal of the season is Rochelle's outside of the foot kick onto a running Ben Hughes, who then slots it from 40 on the run, Like it's moments like that you can just break a team's spirit, And we had nothing on Thursday night, nothing like that, Like we just sat there in hope that at some point someone would do something, but it never came.
That is so it, Elvis. That is so it. And sorry to interrupt your segment.
Not at all. I'm done.
But I've been done for a while. But it was so grand final like, and there was another game. It just nothing happened.
Yeah.
I think it was just so. It wasn't even that we lost. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Even when they were on that 10 points in front, I thought, maybe one goal away from being on the cusp.
Yeah.
And then nothing happened. Just nothing happened all night.
You're right. It was a little bit grand finalist, wasn't it? Because I had hope. Even at 3/4 time, I still had hope that we could turn it around. And
I did, but you it's just because you want it and you're playing it over in your head.
I know.
You just are. You're playing it over in your head all the time. And I was the same. I sat there thinking, it's all right. We'll be okay. The boys I'm like, it's all right. It's half time. Don't worry about it. It's 3/4 time. It's still 30 minutes to go here. Well, it's no problem.
All night, other than Dawson's fluky kick in the first quarter, nothing went right.
Oh, actually, how good was that goal just quietly?
Yeah, it's a great goal.
We didn't talk about that. Like, when he lobbed that, I did that moment of like, holy shit, maybe this is going to happen when you start doing shit like that. And it just pulled the rug, man.
That was it.
It was it.
Nothing. Everything that could go wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's going out on the full, it bounces into Collingwood's person's hand.
And it did. It kept bouncing their way. Like, you just have those nights where you're like, clearly the footy gods aren't smiling down on us today. You know, and if the smile is, it's because they're taking the piss. Like, it just, and it was funny because all week I wasn't super hyped. And even when I was at work on Thursday, just getting through the day, because Thursday's a pretty busy day for me, and I finally get home and I'm starting to put my crow shit on, and I felt numb. Like, I felt surreal about it. It was so weird that I'm getting dressed up to go to a finals game again finally, because it's been a long bloody time. And I didn't feel anything until 1 minute before kickoff, and I had this complete exhilaration come over my body, and I went, we're fucking here, boys. All right. Like, let's fire up. Let's get this done. And it was just, that first quarter was really like a bit of a tight tussle. It was going like backwards and forwards, but neither team could really gain any ascendancy. And then the second quarter, Collingwood really got on top, but they were peppering the scoreboard and not really taking advantage of their advantage that they created. And so we're kind of still in this, you know, we're going in 10 points down. And even when they came out after the halftime break, and they just went bang, bang, bang. Then I'm getting fired up, and I'm fuming at the lack of fundamentals. But even then, they tease us with goals from Filthy and Pedler at the end of that third quarter. That just gives us, you know, we come from 38 points down or something, back down to being sort of three goals down. So we just, you know, we come out, if we could just get the first in the last quarter. And we were pushing, boys. Like, that last quarter, we were pushing hard. We had them on the back foot. But for all of our forward entries, we couldn't get anything to click. And we just needed one moment to go our way. And it could have just put one seed of doubt in the Collingwood players' mind to go, we need to switch on here because they played it so smart. We couldn't get it. They would take a mark. Then they would kick it round. They just kept finding the open player. And they would do that. There were no stoppages. There were no goals. And so no wonder when I checked at 22 minutes thinking we've still got 8 minutes to go, I'm like, shit, there's less than 3 minutes of actual real time, like clock time to go here. We're screwed because we were still at 2-5. We just needed one fucking moment, which a Rash or a Rankin could have provided. So you know what, though? We've got it all to play for this week because there is no next week this time. It is backs to walls. Okay, this is like, you know, a caged animal type game. We have to come out firing, and we need to put a gap on Hawthorn immediately and make them chase us for a change.
Correct.
And we can't let the likes of the Ginovans get under our skin, or the wizard himself.
Yeah.
We need to make sure we lock those little pricks down, because Ginovan, as much as people hate him, and Dylan, I'm pretty sure you and I, we're on the other side of this. We quite like him. He's really stepped up this year and become a really important player. We can't let him out.
Yep.
We need Peatling to go to Newcombe and lock him down.
Yep.
You know, and the rest will take care of itself. I hear there's no Kalshadir this week. I think he's out. So if we can get Rash back and he's actually fit and firing, and all those players that should have had to maybe sit through painstakingly going through minute after minute of that flop of a game and being questioned about their commitment to the game and their thought-making, like their decision-making processes, there's about 8 players at least 8 players at least that need to step up and improve. And if we get that improvement across the board, we win, boys, and we go and play Geelong in what's arguably the most difficult prelim final that you could imagine this year. But we can do it.
I believe we can, and I hope they do, because if we beat Hawthorn Friday night, I leave for Melbourne on Sunday.
Yes.
And right now, I'm booked to go home Thursday night, and I will be redirecting that travel and staying in Melbourne.
I don't blame you.
And I'll sit in the MCG all by my lonesome.
Well, statistically wise,
yeah,
they haven't beaten Geelong in Melbourne for 25 years. So why not?
Why not, mate? Why not? Why not?
Legit.
Yep. Let's do it.
So let's just get this one out of the way.
All right. Well, boys, let's have a quick squiz then. We've got the week ahead. Okay. So the other sad part of this, and we were talking about this in the staff meeting today, I love the fact, I love that it's finals time. We're back in finals. But we also had that realization that there's literally only 5 games left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's always I'm always ready for finals to come, because I'm done with the footy season by that stage. After 24 rounds, you get fatigued. But now that I'm on the countdown, there's only 5 games left. I'm kind of like, oh.
Yeah, I actually had Leo turn to me and go, Dad, who's playing Thursday?
Yeah.
No one, mate.
No one. What? It's like, Leo, you don't even know how lucky you are, mate, because for a while there, there was no Friday night footy either.
Yeah.
It was, Friday night footy became a thing when we were children,
Yeah,
so.
correct. Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway. All right, so boys, we've Hawthorn Adelaide Crows versus Hawthorn, Adelaide Oval, Friday night. We're going to win it, and by how much? Don't jump in at once, boys.
Crows by 7.
Crows by 7?
Yeah, I actually went 18 in my tips. 18. I think it's a statement. They need to make a statement, and it can't be tight. They need to win, and win by at least 3 to 4. So for me, it's 18 points.
I'm going with 25 points. We are going to get back the deficit we gave to Collingwood and just beat it by 1. And then Saturday, which I'm hoping will be another good game, at the Gabba. Gold Coast Suns, not favourites, funnily enough, but Brisbane versus Gold Coast. I think I'm gonna go Gold Coast by a matter of 3 points.
Are you jumping on my bandwagon?
Well, I just don't. I just feel like the narrative with Dimmer and them being absolutely a joke of a club and being irrelevant for their whole time they've been in the AFL, that I kind of feel like it was a script that was written when the AFL paid Dimmer a lot of money to go up there.
This will go 2 ways. Brisbane by plenty.
Yep.
Or
Gold
Coast by
a goal less than a goal.
Yeah.
What are you going with, Deal? What is your heart?
I think the dream's dead. It's a long way back from Freo. They've had their final. You're out. Goodbye. Yep. As much as I don't actually rate Brisbane, they're heavily midfield orientated. They get it done, mate. They get it done.
So do if Brisbane, but then tell me this: Brisbane do go on to beat Collingwood, don't they? I need to have someone to support in the grand final.
No.
Oh, I don't want Collingwood to lose.
No.
That's not a grand final I can get around.
Fortunately, I think we're watching a Collingwood grand final. It's just a matter of who's joining them.
It's just devastating.
I just can't. As much as I don't rate Brisbane and I don't think they were probably the worst side of round 1, and that says something. I can't. I get the story with the Gold Coast. I think it's done.
Yeah.
Played out. The fairy tale was last week with Swallow getting a free kick that was never a free kick. If anything, it was holding the ball. The umpires wrote it into the script for them. They will not beat Brisbane in a high pressure final. Spare me.
No, that's good. I appreciate your honesty. All right. Well, I guess we'll find out come Friday night and from come Saturday night, and then we'll be looking forward to prelim final weekend, because for me, prelim final weekend is always the best weekend of the year.
Can I just end it on a really good note?
Please.
Never change the ticketing system.
Dylan. All right, tell us your story, Dylan. Where are you, mate?
thanks to my mate Michael on the other side of the screen. Because I did it on my phone last week, and I think that was probably half the problem. I got my wife at work to log in half hour prior to 10 a.m. Let me tell you, straight to the virtual queue, right on queue. I reckon we must have got in at 900 or something. It was around that mark. I was literally in picking my tickets within 2 minutes. Category 1, Bay 213, Western Stand Level 2. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. Bang. See you later.
That's a good story.
Very happy with the process.
Now, Michael, how did you fare this week?
Terribly.
So much so that you missed out originally.
Yeah, I personally did not purchase tickets.
Yeah.
But a mate at work did. Had my barcodes, and he got in. But I was, it wasn't good. So
the fact that my experience was absolutely horrendous last week, however, it was sparkling this week, shows you, Houston, we have a problem.
Oh, yes, we do.
It is.
The system is broken when you're gold members, and have been a gold member for how many years?
Too long. But I wasn't going.
Missed out on tickets. So
wow. Yeah.
So it is.
Anyway,
it is what it is.
All right. Well, I think we said that will probably all needs to be said tonight.
Yep.
A bit of a somber affair, but we are cautiously optimistic for Friday night. Let's call it that. And Michael, I didn't want to put the Mozza in this, but last week, and I'm making sure I'm not making the same mistake because I can be quite superstitious in certain areas. But what I didn't finish off last week's podcast with, I'm pretty sure, is let's get that infection.
Such your fucking fault.
I think it might have been.
You're off. Still, you're now the new co-host.
So, Michael, let's get that infection spreading. Harry, send us out.
We're good. Night, everyone.
Night, boys.
Bye.